On today's episode of the Cryptoverse, a new decentralized exchange called NVO is being built on the Safe network. Bitcoin-friendly Japan plans a deregulated sandbox for new fintech startups. And everything is set for the Basic Attention token crowd sale on the 31st of May. TunnelBear is the simple VPN app that makes it easy to browse the web privately and enjoy a more open and secure internet experience. Try TunnelBear for free by checking out the link in the video description below. Hi there guys, and welcome to the latest episode of the Cryptoverse, your regular dose of news and commentary on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies and blockchains. I'm your host, Chris Coney. Now today is the 15th of May 2017. I'm quite liking the multiple news stories in the same episode format, so I'm going to do that again today. But before that, let's do one announcement. We'll get into the market roundup, then we'll do the news. Yet another reminder for anybody who is not aware of this, but I'm going away on vacation/holiday from the 21st of May to the 1st of June, so there will be a disruption to the normal process of publishing the Cryptoverse. Not sure what's going to happen in between times yet. I intend to put something out. Who knows what it will be? Depends on what happens in the ecosystem and in the industry at large, and depends on how easy it is to shoot some stuff. So let's see what goes on and let it be spontaneous. On we go then to the market roundup, courtesy of coinmarketcap.com. A relatively normal day in the markets today over the last 24 hours, even though if I scroll to the top, the market cap has now gone up to $55 billion for the entire Cryptoverse. That's still either the all-time high or very near the all-time high anyway. In terms of the coin prices though, the biggest winner in the top 20 today is Singular DTV, which is going to be this decentralized studio for entertainment-based content and like video on demand and stuff like that. You could reasonably call it like near enough to a decentralized Netflix, but the content's going to be created by all the individual content creators as far as I understand it. And it's also being built on Ethereum if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, it's up 17.3% today to 17 cents a coin and a $101 million market cap. Now you may notice on CoinMarketCap that the 600 million token figure has an asterisk next to it, which means that Singular is not a mineable currency. It has a fixed supply of 600 million coins. Moving on from there, we spoke about Round on Friday. Round is actually a coin. And we talked about it because it had risen 177%. But since then, it's been slipping down a little bit more. And today it's down 27.7% to 16 cents a coin and a $138 million market cap. Now that market cap is enough to put it in 15th place. And for anyone who didn't tune in on Friday, Round is an esports wagering platform, which means people will be able to bet money on games like Counter-Strike, StarCraft, and so on. These competitive games that people play. Now, Peer Plays is going to have this ability as well. And if you tuned into the live stream on Saturday, 2 days ago, you'll know that Peer Plays have now closed their crowdfund, and the Peer Plays blockchain is due to go live on the 30th of May. In terms of the top coins, everyone remains in their respective place. Bitcoin on top, then Ripple, Ethereum, Litecoin, then NEM, Dash, and then followed by Ethereum Classic, Monero, Stellar, then Augur. So that makes up the top 10, with the top 5 in order being Bitcoin on top, Ripple, Ethereum, Litecoin, NEM, all comfortably above the $1 billion market cap figure. The only other thing I'll mention about the top coins here is that you have NEM there, 5th position, with a $1.1 billion market cap in 5th place. And then right below that in 6th place, which is right under that, is Dash, except Dash's market cap is only 627 million. So between 5th and 6th place, NEM actually almost has double the market cap of its nearest competitor, which is Dash. So Dash is there at $600 million market cap. NEM is almost doubled that at nearly 1.2 billion. So that's an enormous gap between 5th and 6th place. So this first bit of news, actually I got tipped off by the Merkle.com on this one, but I'm showing you the actual NVO website here. So the article from the Merkle says that a study from Cambridge University found that 73% of exchanges that exist today, they take custody of their users' funds. So that means they operate kind of like the banks of today. The only thing that we really have from these organizations is that they promise that they will give us our money back on demand, right? So if the exchange goes down, like Poloniex has done several times recently, or if one day you can't log into your account and say their customer service doesn't respond for some reason, or the exchange gets hacked, then in all of those circumstances, your money could vanish because you don't have control of it. So therefore, the concept of a decentralized exchange is the ideal scenario, where people will trade cryptocurrencies person to person without any third party and without ever those funds leaving your control. Now, there have been a few attempts at this, such as BitSquare and BitShares, but they each have their own limitations. This new NVO exchange uses the Safe network to validate buy and sell orders to create a truly trustless and decentralized exchange. They already have a white paper, and they have a very early demo app that you can install, which I've actually installed. It does actually work. They have their own crowd sale coming up as well, which they are going to announce shortly. You can sign up for their email list if you want to know when that goes live. The website is nvo.io, so check out the website, download the app, read the white paper if you're into that kind of thing, and let me know what you think. The next article I picked out here comes from CryptoCoins News. Bitcoin-friendly Japan plans a deregulated sandbox for fintech, it says Sprint, but I'd call it fintech startups. Now this is very similar to something I read about that's happening in Australia. Overall, this is very positive news. It's positive because it's a sign that the regulators are gradually becoming more open to how these cryptocurrencies work. Rather than them saying they've already made their mind up and then they're stubbornly refusing to have any further discussion on it. That's sort of been the historical attitude. So rather than outright denying, to embrace cryptocurrencies, and rather than trying to apply existing regulations to these new technologies that obviously they clearly do not apply to, not in the same way, this new approach is kind of a middle way in between the two. So the idea is to create a regulatory sandbox, is like a safe environment for these new financial technology companies to operate in for a specified amount of time, but without the burden of all of the huge financial regulations that exist in the existing finance industries. And then the idea is to create a space in which true innovations can prove themselves rather than being immediately snuffed out by compliance laws and all of the paperwork that cause many of these brilliant companies to never even get off the ground. Now, I find it as no surprise that it's Japan that is one of the countries that is embracing cryptocurrencies more openly. I mean, since Japan has exhausted pretty much all of the tools available to them in the existing financial system, they have no doubt come to the conclusion that if they keep doing the same thing over and over again, they can expect the same results. So building a revolutionary financial technology sector may well help them out of their currency crisis that's been going on for, well, as long as I can remember anyway. They're aiming to establish this regulatory sandbox in 2018, so fintech startups can begin entering the banking sector, and then from there they can work out through real-world experience which regulations they fall under, if any. And a final bit of news today comes from the BAT blog. BAT is Basic Attention Token. So everything is set for the Basic Attention crowd sale. Sorry, Basic Attention Token crowd sale, which begins on the 31st of May. So this is an article that was published a couple of days ago. I've been releasing various bits of information as they become available about this project, because I'm a big fan of it, right? That's become clear by now. So anyway, the crowd sale begins Wednesday, the 31st of May 2017 at 8 a.m. I think that's Pacific time, 3 p.m. GMT or 11 p.m. Chinese Central Time. The crowd sale will last 30 days or until the equivalent of $15 million of Ether has been raised. That's going to be a fixed amount, so it can't go above that. And then it says the sale of tokens is capped at 1 billion. So 1 billion tokens. And it says they have no plans to do any follow-on offering. Now, if you're not familiar with this project, then please take a look at my previous episodes on this project. I'll do my best to link some of them in the YouTube description so you can catch up. Also, check out my recent interview with Brendan Ike, who is sort of the brains behind this project. And I'll also put that in the link in the YouTube description. I am most likely going to pledge to this crowdfund myself, or for many different reasons. One of the reasons is because I'm a huge fan of what they're doing, and I think it's going to be a huge benefit to the online community, so I just want to see it happen for that reason. But also, I'll probably use these tokens to buy ads for myself, so I can get a direct experience of how the system works, and then I can report on it, firstly, but also I might actually use it as a business tool to promote my own business, so that's secondary. And thirdly, as a content creator myself, I may very well find myself being paid these basic attention tokens for running ads and stuff on my content. So these are the kind of things I need to know about. So let me know what you think to all today's stories in the comments below. So thanks for joining me today, guys. If you liked this episode, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Please leave me a comment below with some feedback and get subscribed. And please support the Cryptoverse and boost cryptocurrency adoption by going to cryptoversity.com/podcast and becoming a patron. From just a few dollars a month, you can secure Cryptoversity's future, get unlimited access to all Cryptoversity courses, and access a private patrons-only chat group where you get direct access to me. That is all for today, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of the Cryptoverse. So until then, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.